So I wanted to know know few things. Okay, as you already gone through the demo, right? So I wanted to know. So what is the purpose of Power Apps? Anyone?
Power Apps is used to make the business problems easier, to solve those problems
Yes. Uh, how?
by using features like Power Automate, by creating apps to make the things easier.
Okay, so that is Power Platform, right?
Yeah.
So Power Platform. We have a new terminology that is Power Platform,
Mhm.
right? So what is that? It will resolve business problems, right? How? So the thing is that we know that business has many problems. Like if they wanted to do a business, so first thing is that they will need a website. That is the first thing. Then next, they wanted to make a automation within their business to reduce the manual effort. Then third, if they wanted to grow, what they will need? They need to understand their data, right? And make a reporting to make a business decisions, right? So first thing is a website, second is the automation, third is the reporting thing, and fourth thing, they will need a customer support, correct? So these are the four problems business has, and how they will going to solve. How we can build a website under Power Platform, which is the application.
With using Power App.
Yes, using Power Apps. Then automation purpose,
Uh, Power.
power Power Automate. Then reporting purpose, yes, Power BI. And
Virtual
customer
agent.
support, yes, Power Virtual Agent, right? So these are the four applications, right, provided by Power Platform, which will resolve these problems, right? So any question till now? We have gone through this in the demo itself, right? So just we are revising the things. Okay, so any questions till now? Okay, now if we wanted to create a application using Power Apps, okay, so what is Power Apps? What is the functionality of Power Apps? It will build a website. So what are the types of applications I can build using Power Apps? Anyone? What are the types?
Mm.
It's model
Model driven app and
driven
can.
app, correct, and canvas app, right? There is one
Portal.
another actually, that is portal, correct? But they have not added into these Power Apps. They have separated with Power Pages as a Power Pages. They have separated it as a Power Pages, right? Under Power Apps, we can build these three types of applications: model driven, canvas, and portal applications. Now, under model driven application, which data source I can use? What is in the data source? Data source is nothing but the storage of the data.
Hours.
What is?
Dataverse.
Dataverse, correct. So Dataverse. So the data source for model driven app will be the Dataverse. Is it possible to build a model driven app from SharePoint list?
No.
No. Then any other database like SQL Server?
Dataverse is the only one
Only Dataverse, right?
source.
So it's only Dataverse, right? Now, then what type of applications I can build using model driven app? Only data driven applications where UI, that means user interface, is not important. User interface is not important. Okay, very simple applications. Okay, जहां पे अगर आप चेक करोगे all will applications will have the same user interface. जैसे अगर आप अभी right now if you go into the Facebook, it has some different UI. If you will go into the suppose what that application Instagram, that is also has a different UI, right? But with model driven app, how many applications you are creating doesn't matter, the UI will be the same. It has the fixed layout. Okay, okay, like same kind of button you will see. You can't customize that button, like I wanted to change its color, I wanted to change its look, I wanted to make it round shape, so that is not possible. Okay, so like it will create the same. Okay, if you are aware of the forms, do you know the Microsoft Forms or Google Forms? आपको फॉर्म्स पता है क्या? आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में माइट बी
Yes. Yes.
यस राइट, आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में भी माइट बी जब भी कुछ डिटेल्स वगैरह फिलअप करनी है, सो दे विल क्रिएट अ फॉर्म एंड आस्क द डिटेल्स, और एनी ऑफ द लाइक एनीवन नीड्स अ फीडबैक, सो दे विल क्रिएट अ फॉर्म, राइट? सो दोस फॉर्म्स, अभी वो जो फॉर्म्स है आपने देखे होंगे, उसका यूआई फिक्स दिखता है। कहीं पे भी जब माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का अगर फॉर्म
Hmm.
क्रिएट कर रहे तो यूआई सेम दिखेगा, सिंपली
Yeah.
क्वेश्चंस वगैरह चेंज हो रहे हैं, करेक्ट है?
Yes.
Yeah, so using model driven app, you can create an application but UI will be the same. कितने भी नंबर ऑफ फॉर्म्स क्रिएट करो UI सेम रहेगा, सिंपली क्वेश्चन चेंज हो गए, सेम। मॉडल ड्रिवन ऐप में फंक्शनलिटी अलग अलग चेंज होगी बट UI सेम रहेगा। यू कांट बिल्ड अ very good looking UI using model driven app. Okay,
Clear. Yes.
now who will be the user of the model driven app? Who can access that app? Who can access?
Inside the organization.
Yes,
Who's problem?
internal to the organization. Can outside of your organization access the application? Outside of your organization, if anyone wants to access, is it possible?
No.
No. Okay, no. So directly no one will going to access the application, okay, from outside of organization, but there is a way, okay, to access the application. Okay, that is nothing but the guest user as well. If you are already working with the Microsoft products like SharePoint or Dynamic 365 or Microsoft 365, you might aware of like within Microsoft there is a concept of guest users, so they can provide a access to the guest user as well. So within their security rules they can add a guest user, right? So the thing is that you can provide a access to the guest user as well, like you have a client, right? So client or you have a vendor, right? So they are guest people to your organization. And what if they wanted to access the application, right? So in that case, you can provide access to the guest user as well. Okay. But directly, like if I can say like a application, Facebook internal application है क्या?
Not social.
नहीं, it's a social, right? Anyone can access. So model driven app is not like that कि anyone can access. Only those users can access who has the access. Okay, clear? Okay. Now with canvas application, what will be the data source? Which data source I can use? Dataverse,
Those as well as many
SQL,
others like SharePoint.
SharePoint,
Excel,
Excel,
SQL also.
SQL,
Yes. Server.
uh, SQL server. The thing is that SQL is not a database, it's a
Yeah.
language. SQL server is the database. किसका है SQL server? Who is the vendor?
Micro.
Microsoft, right? Then any other database like Oracle can I access?
Yes.
Yes. Can I access MySQL?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So that means this list is extending. So any data source, right? Means any data source. It's not like you can build application using only Dataverse. So any data source you can create a model driven app. UI, is it a fixed layout or can I customize?
See, can be customized.
Yes, we can customize the user interface, right? We can create pixel perfect application. What is in my pixel perfect application? What is in my pixel perfect? So the thing is that in a application, okay, each thing, like if I can say this is my mouse pointer, at this location is a mouse pointer. If I'm moving little bit of the mouse pointer, okay, so these are nothing but a pixel. In HTML, in programming languages, pixels, okay, small dots, okay, is called as a pixel. So this UI contains lakhs of pixels. Okay, so if you wanted to create an application with that pixel, okay, so like if I can go here and inspect a view, okay, so here you will find like top margin, right? Pixel by pixel I can move. Look at this, you can see, right? So same, if suppose I wanted to uh, so this is the header. So I wanted to do a pixel wise changes. So these are the pixel. So if you wanted to make a pixel wise changes, so you can change a pixel wise change. So this is called as a pixels. Okay. If you are aware of the power, if you are aware of the Power BI, do you know Power BI? Are you working?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right? So there as well, there is a concept of pixels like a page size. This is a canvas, right? This is the canvas of the Power BI. And if I wanted to change the size of this canvas, I can from this format, and there is a canvas setting. Within that canvas, you can check a type, right? So this is a 16 by 9 is the full size. If I wanted to change, this is a 3 by 4, but I wanted to change a pixel by pixel, right? So I can custom, and now you can check pixel wise. You can change the height and width. Look at this height and width. look at this. This is called pixel perfect applications. Okay, so you can change, मतलब जितना आपको height चाहिए, जितना width चाहिए, 1 by 1 pixel you can change. This is called pixel perfect applications. Okay, so using canvas applications we can build such kind of applications. Any questions till now?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Now access. Who can access? Who can access the application? Yes, again internal one. Okay, only internal to the organization or the guest users. Okay, now with power portals, it is called power pages or portals applications. Again, data source. What would be the data source?
Yes.
Dataverse.
Only Dataverse. Okay, UI.
And customized.
Customization is possible. Yes, customization is
Yes.
possible. Customization, customize the UI with certain limit. Okay, not fully. Okay, and access. Who can access? External users. If external users can access, so internal to the organization, they can also access, means anyone. Okay, now with our course, what is our focus? Only these two types of applications. Okay, now what is Dataverse now?
The database which is limited only to Power Platforms.
Yes, so data storage limit introduce for the Power Platform applications. Okay, it's an storage introduced for the Power Platform. So is it a new concept or a old concept?
Old also.
New?
Recently added. Not so new also.
Okay,
Formerly it was called as CS like common
yes,
data language.
right. So previously it's not a new concept. It's the thing is that the old thing packaging in a new newly packaging as a dataverse, right? So पुरानी चीज को ही newly package करके provide कर दिया and they are saying this is a new thing, right? The thing is that it's a CDS, common data service. If you are working in a SharePoint long time in a SharePoint, so you might aware of the common data service. So it's the same thing. It's not a new concept. It's a common data service, right? Okay. So Dataverse is nothing but the Data storage introduced for the Power Platform applications, but it's not a new thing. It's an old thing that is a common data service. So is it a structure or unstructured data? Do you know?
Structure data.
Yeah. So do you know the types of data?
Yes.
What is mean by structured data?
Table structure.
Big tables.
Correct. Structured. It's a structured data storage. That means it contains tables. And what is a table?
Then columns.
Combination of rows and
And column.
columns. Right. Okay. So Dataverse is not a new thing. It's a old thing, that is a CDS, common data service. It's a only data storage which is introduced for the Power Platform. And where that Dataverse is stored, it's on a Azure cloud. It's a cloud thing. Okay, under Azure cloud. So whole Power Platform is based on a Azure cloud. Okay, it's a cloud base. All the applications are already present on the cloud. So any questions till now?
So far, good, sir.
Good. Okay,
Yes, sir.
nice. Okay, so with Power Automate, what is Power Automate? What is Power Automate? It's an application which is used to build a flows, which is used to build a flows. So if again you are already working with the Microsoft, so you might aware of the flows. So previously they had a flows, the concept of the flows. The flows are nothing but the thing which you can do a automation. Okay, flows are nothing but the thing which you can do the automate. So it is used to do use to
Did we have
reduce.
earlier? Did you have flows as an application, or how was it, sir?
It is also application. Okay, it's under a SharePoint like application. Okay, that is a flow, but now they have packaged it into the Power Platform. Okay, so use to reduce manual efforts by providing automation to the repeating task. रिपीटिंग टास्क को उन्हें ऑटोमेट करने के लिए यूज होता है पावर ऑटोमेट, दैट इज फ्लोज. Okay, what type of flows I can create using Power Automate? One is instant. What that mean? Manual trigger is required. Means someone needs to click. Okay, someone needs to press a button, then only the flow will get triggered and the action will going to be done. So basis on the action, so we need to trigger it manually. That is instant. कि जब मैं ये बटन पे क्लिक करूंगा then only it should done or it should trigger. So that is manual trigger. Then second, automated. Second is a automated. Okay. So what is by automation? Automated flows.
Every interval has to be decided in Power BI as well. So it's automated.
Not interval. Okay. Any action can trigger this flow automatically. Okay. Like no one is monitoring the things. Okay. No one is pressing a button. But suppose you have added a flow into your mechanical work, like production count. If the production is suddenly decreased, then it should trigger a flow, right? Or if the production count is suppose increasing, then again it should trigger a flow. If new record has been added to my database, then it should trigger that flow and do some action, right? So this is a automation. ओके सो एक्चुअली मैन्युअली कोई उसको ट्रिगर नहीं कर रहा है कि जब मेरा मन कहेगा, ऐसा नहीं है, राइट? ऑटोमेटिक, इफ दैट थिंग इज हैपनिंग देन इट इज ट्रिगरिंग. So basis on the things which are happening, okay, no one is manually triggering these flows or action. Okay, this is automated. Third type is schedule. What is in by schedule? Trigger within specific interval of time. Right? Trigger
Yes, sir.
within specific interval of time. कि like इस टाइम पे होना चाहिए, शाम को 7 बजे होना चाहिए, एवरी ईयर होना चाहिए, एवरी मंथ होना चाहिए. So this is nothing but the scheduling. Okay. So any questions till now?
No, sir.
Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now with Power Platform, okay, do you know regarding workspaces in the Power BI?
Yes.
Yes.
What is workspaces?
We can
See where
In
we
publish
Power
our
share,
BI
the
service.
reports.
so we share, collaborate the reports so that we can share it with the end user.
Correct. To collaboration purpose, right? Plus
Storing.
using workspace, we can separate out the things. Correct? We
Yes, sir.
can separate out the reports. That is workspace. So with Power Apps and Power Automate, there is a concept of environments. Okay. So environment is again the same thing. Okay. Like a workspace. If you are building an application, if you are creating an application, okay, so we can create that application, suppose in a development environment. So development is like a, this is for the development purpose. We can't provide to the end user because this is in a in progress status. Correct? Okay, so the thing is that these environments we need to create, like within Power BI, there is a one workspace everyone has. Which workspace is that?
My workspace.
My workspace. That is a default one, correct? So if you
Yes.
wanted to do a things, if you wanted to create a report, so where you will going to put that report if you don't have any specific workspace, right? So by default, Microsoft or Power BI service provides you a one workspace, that is my workspace. Similar to that, okay, within environments, by default, you have a default environments. There is a concept of default environments. Okay, if you wanted to create an application, so you can create into a default environments, but not recommended to create any actual application into a default environments. Like not recommended to create any report under my workspace, right? We can create our own workspace and then only we can create a report, correct? So similar thing, that is for the practice purpose. If you are doing a practice thing, so you can publish into the my workspace, right? Your own practice, something
Yeah,
like that. So
but
same thing. Yeah.
just one question here.
Yeah.
Actually, I make some reports in my workspace. I
Huh.
share them as well.
Yes.
Just to know what is the disadvantage of this if we share the reports in my workspace to others.
Okay, the thing is that if you are working on a reports and you are doing a report within your my workspace, the thing is that if you leave your organization, so who will be the owner of that account? No one. And if there is an enhancement will be there, so who can change or who will going to do the enhancement? Is it possible?
Okay, okay. Yes.
Right?
No.
So
Hmm.
that's the problem. Okay. So if there is a collaboration, so if you leave the organization, still there might be someone who has the access of editing,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So the recommendation is always not to do any production or client-based things into your personal workspace, my workspace, or default environments in the concept of the Power Platform, like here, Power Apps. Okay.
Yeah, just to confirm again,
Yeah.
even if we have given the other users the edit options of the report, he will not be able to do if I leave the organization. Is it
The thing
true?
is that edit option is not possible,
Okay.
right? You can share the application, but the when you are sharing and that report, so no one can edit that report. It's only read only always if you are sharing.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Clear till now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So once here is the cycle. Okay. Like if how we are working with the Power Platform or Power Apps. The thing is that whenever we wanted to build any website, so first thing is that what would be that? What would be the first thing? If wanted to create an application, what would be the first thing?
UI.
First thing is that can right here requirement gathering. You can collect the requirement, right? The first thing always is the requirement gathering. What would be the requirement? Then next After requirement gathering, what would you do?
Proof of concepts.
Yes, proof of concept or planning. Yeah, right? Planning or POC. You can do a POC. Is it possible? Is that requirement is we can fulfill that requirement, right? So either you can do a
Yes.
POC, right? And once the POC is done, then the planning. After planning, what would be the next thing?
Implementation.
Implementation. After implementation,
Deployment.
what is?
Deployment.
Yes, deployment. After implementation, actually there is a testing, right? And then testing,
Sure.
there will be a deployment, means production. You can provide to the end user, correct?
Yes,
So
sir.
after deployment, again, if there is a new enhancement will be there. So again, requirement
Maintenance.
gathering, planning, right? So this is a cycle. Okay. So this is,
Maintenance.
yeah, maintenance and again, same thing. So it's a cycle. Okay. So this is the general workflow of the applications. And this is not with related to the Power Apps. Okay. This is not related to the Power Apps. This is with related to the Power BI as well. Correct. So same thing you can do in the Power BI, right? And not only with this Power Platform, but other applications as well. Like if you wanted to build an application using any programming language, okay, then also the same flows is there. Okay, same structure will be there. Okay, always you can gather a requirement, you can plan the requirement, you can implement, okay, do a development, then you can do a testing, and then you can release that to the end user, that is deployment for the production. And then again the same cycle is going on. If there is a new requirement is there, again you can do the same thing.
Yes, sir. SDLC.
Yes, HDLC, software development life cycle, right? And for that software development life cycle, there are different methodologies used. And right now, which methodology used in the organization, which process follows the organization? That
Agile.
is agile. Correct. Okay. So any questions till now?
No, sir.
Yeah. So
No.
environment, here you can build like development, then you can build a testing environment, and then you can build a production. Name might be the change depending on the organization. Someone might say this is a testing or staging as well. So name might changes. Okay, but the concept will be the same. Naming convention might change, but concept will be remain same. Implementation, testing, and deployment. This is like a implementation, this is like testing, and this is a deployment. So for that purpose, you can build three different environments. Okay. First, you can do your application, do a development within development environment. Then you can put the same application into the testing environment for the testing purpose. And then you can put the same application into the production if everything works fine. So any questions or any queries, anything?
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
Through this class, are we going to build portal app? As you said, we are going to focus on Canvas and model driven
Yeah.
thinking.
No, actually, we are not focusing on the portal apps. We are just focusing on the model driven app, Canvas app. Okay, because portal apps is again a
So,
separate thing. They are not coming under Power Apps. There is another application that is Power Pages. So that comes under that. Okay. Any questions till now? Okay. Now, what about licensing? Right? What about licensing? So if we go for a Power Apps license, so there is a plan. Okay. Power Apps Premium, and you can have a license. That is, what is the cost? $20 per user per month. Okay. So that would be the licensing cost for the Power Apps. And here is the detailed features. The similar thing, like if you wanted to build a Power Automate flows. So the thing is that under Power Platform, these are the 4 types of applications: Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, Power Virtual Agent. So each of the application has their own cost. Okay. So none of the application has a single cost. Like you can purchase one. Okay. You need to purchase all these applications individually. Like Power Apps, you can purchase, that is cost of $20 per month per user. Then Power Automate. So the Power Automate licensing cost is $15. So the subscription, if you can check, so $15 is the per user per month. That is for the Power Automate. With Power Automate, you are looking at this $150 as well. This is called as Power Automate process, and this is nothing but the RPA. Okay. Robotic process automation. That is a separate concept. Okay, under Power Automate. So for that purpose, there is a separate licensing cost, that is $150. Okay, but $15 for the general Power Automate flows. Okay, and same thing like Power BI. You might aware that there is a $10 per user per month, right? So that is the costing of the licenses. So you need to purchase a separate license for each and every applications. Clear? Any questions or any queries? Anything till now? Okay, now, so databases, right? We know data storage, like there are multiple data storage. So you are aware of the Excel, right? So similar to the Excel, we have a SharePoint option, right? If you have look at the SQL server, so this is a SQL server database. SQL server management should do SSMS. Using SSMS, we can connect to the database. right? Then there is Oracle. So I do have that Oracle as well. Okay, I forgot the password right now, but this is a one sec. So this is a SQL server. Let me check the password for what is that password. Yeah. So this is a SQL server, and these are the different databases within that. If you can check tables, so there are some tables here, right? So this is a SQL server. If we wanted to connect the database, that is Oracle. So this is a Oracle. Within this Oracle, you have these tables, right? Like this is an employee, this is a data, right? So these are nothing but the databases. Okay, so we can connect Dataverse, SharePoint, Excel, or any databases. So with Canvas app, we can go with the any type of source. Okay, clear है? Also, if I wanted to build an application Canvas app, so within that application, I can integrate a Power BI report as well. Okay, so like this Power Platform, okay, you can integrate anything with any of the application. Like within application, you need a Power BI report, you can integrate. Within application, you need a Power Automate flow, you can integrate. Within Power BI, you need this application, you can integrate. Within Power BI, you need automation, that is Power Automate, you can integrate. And right now, you might heard that from Power BI, there is no way to write back to the actual data. पता है आपको कि पावर बीआई में से
Yes.
डेटा सोर्स में हम चेंजेस नहीं कर सकते कभी भी, राइट? बट देयर इज अ वे if we wanted to change a data source, okay, or update a data source from a Power BI, so write back is possible using Power Apps. Okay, so there is a way we can
Sir,
write.
data source means क्या?
डेटा सोर्स मीन्स पावर बीआई में आप रिपोर्ट बनाते हो, राइट? हम पावर बीआई में रिपोर्ट बना सकते हैं. सो रिपोर्ट बनाने के लिए हमें पावर बीआई में क्या चाहिए? सबसे पहले डेटा ही चाहिए, करेक्ट है? डेटा की
Right.
ही रिक्वायरमेंट है जिसके बेसिस पे रिपोर्ट बनाएंगे. नाउ द थिंग इज दैट इफ आई वांटेड टू अपडेट द डेटा सोर्स, सो अब डेटा सोर्स है, राइट? पावर बीआई में डेटा आना है, डेटा फेच करना है, तो ना आई विल नीड अ डेटा सोर्स लाइक एक्सेल, right? या Dataverse or any other data source. So I can connect and I can build a report. But what if I need a functionality? Like यहाँ से ही यूजर को कुछ अपडेट करना है. So possible है क्या? Right now नहीं. So that is the thing we can achieve using Power Apps. So यहाँ से एक्चुअल डेटा सोर्स, लाइक मैंने एक्सेल कनेक्ट किया था और अभी एक्सेल के अंदर मुझे डेटा को अपडेट करना है. So I can update using Power Apps. Clear है?
Yes.
Direct there is no way. Other than Power Apps, if anyone says, or if you have a question into the interview, there is a write back functionality within Power BI. So no. But using Power Apps, yes. Other than Power Apps, there is no functionality where you can write back to the actual data source.
Yeah.
Okay. So कोई questions है, कोई queries?
Yeah, I had one question.
Yeah.
You said that we can integrate Power Apps to Power BI.
Yes.
Can you just tell us one use case of this? I could not relate. Means, what
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
use
So
case
when,
of it?
yeah, yeah. So actually, when we will going to come on that portion, okay. So I will tell you the use case as well. At that time, we can cover a use case. Okay. So it will be easy to go with the flow at that time. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So any other questions till now?
Uh, yeah, one more question.
Yeah.
In this, we are covering just model-driven and canvas kind of
Yes.
apps.
Yes.
Uh, just a general remark from my side.
Yeah.
Um, for example, in our organization, we use Microsoft lists for
Yes.
various purposes, and there we use automation or manage rules or make some conditions and so on.
Huh.
Is this also going to be covered here, or is it is not the same thing that we're talking about?
Okay. So you mean to say a list,
Yeah,
SharePoint
yeah,
list?
yeah, yeah. SharePoint list.
Yeah. Some of the portion of the SharePoint, like we will going to start our application building from the SharePoint itself. So SharePoint में ही लिस्ट क्रिएट करेंगे और वहीं से उसी लिस्ट को हम कस्टमाइज करेंगे। यहाँ पे हम वहीं से स्टार्ट करने वाले हैं।
Okay.
ओके। या एनी अदर
Because
क्वेश्चन? या
yeah, because
हाँ
today we create lists, but
हाँ
whenever there are complex situations, then we have to hand over this to our external consultants wherever there are complex conditions. So is this
या
also covered?
नो।
Just
सो शेयर पॉइंट हम कवर नहीं करने वाले हैं कि शेयर पॉइंट
uh-huh.
में वो कस्टमाइजेशन नहीं। विद
Mhm.
इन कैनवास ऐप वो शेयर पॉइंट को कैसे, शेयर पॉइंट का अगर कनेक्ट करना है डेटा सोर्स और शेयर पॉइंट को लिस्ट को हैंडल करना है फ्रॉम द कैनवास ऐप, सो दैट
Mhm.
वी विल गोइंग टू कवर।
Okay.
ओके।
And
सो कंडीशनल बेसिस अगर आपको वो भी एक करना है शेयर पॉइंट लिस्ट पे, वो पूरा ही जो कस्टमाइजेशन है, दैट वी आर गोइंग टू लुक एट।
okay, okay.
या
और कोई कैनवास ऐप बनाया हुआ है कि देखने के लिए जस्ट एन एग्जांपल?
यस, आई कैन शो।
या प्लीज, थैंक यू.
ओके। सो एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस? आर वी गुड टिल नाउ?
एक पोर्टल ऐप और एक कैनवास ऐप सिमिलर होते हैं या उसका डिफरेंट डिफरेंट फंक्शनलिटी रहती है?
द यूआई विल बी द डिफरेंट। ओके। लाइक जैसे मैंने कहा कि यहाँ पे पूरा ही यूआई कस्टमाइज हो सकता है, बट यूजिंग पोर्टल एप्स पूरा ही यूआई कस्टमाइज नहीं होता है, देयर इज अ लिमिटेड फंक्शनलिटी। ओके। बट द थिंग इज दैट जनरली पोर्टल एप्स पावर पेजेस जो है अभी ज्यादा यूज नहीं होते हैं। जनरली पावर पेजेस एनीवन कैन एक्सेस, राइट? सो इफ दिस काइंड ऑफ फंक्शनलिटी यू वांटेड टू क्रिएट, सो जनरली जो यूज होता है वो प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस यूज होती है उसके लिए।
ओके।
So this is very few people who are using a Power Pages to build applications for the external world. But this is the most widely used application within your organization, Canvas app. Okay. Now, if I wanted to create an application, the first step is open a office.com, sign in, provide a user. Okay. I need to let username and password. Now, so this is the Microsoft 365, Office 365, right? Within that Office 365, here you can find the application like Power Apps, Power Automate, right? Just I can say more, and within that, okay, I can see all the applications here. That is comes under Microsoft 365, and Power Platform is also a part of Microsoft 365. And here, if you are not finding any applications, just search for the Power Automate, Power Apps, and Power BI, something like that. If you wanted to open a Power Apps, so the URL is make.powerapps.com. So if you click, so it will going to not cancel. So just click and it will open up make.powerapp.com. Like for a Power BI service, there is a app.powerbi.com. So for the same thing, for the Power Apps purpose, make.powerapps.com. And this is the default UI. Here we can build a application using Power Apps. So like within Power BI, okay, within Power BI, we have two types of application, that is desktop applications and Power BI service, right? So what is the purpose of desktop and service? So desktop is used to build a application, to create an application, right? Now, but with, and what is the use of service? To share those application, to access the application, right? But with Power Apps, we don't have such kind of application. We have just Power Apps, that is online. Power Apps Studio. This is called as the Power App Studio. This is the only one type of application is required for the Power Apps. Okay. So desktop application we don't have for this. It is an online thing. Clear? Eh? Now, as I shown you, like we have the we can create a different environments. So every application should be under some of the environment. So by default, you have a default environment. So look here, you will find a environments, and this is the default one. The name of the organization, this is the default one. And under that, if you go, so you have a development environment, which is we have created. Okay. So these are nothing but the environments. We can choose the environment from here, like similar what we choose into the Power BI, that is workspaces. So from here we can choose the environment. Okay. Now under this is a UI where there is a apps section. Within that apps, you can, within these apps, you can find out these are the different applications. Okay. If I wanted to build a new application, I will create on the new app. Okay. And with the specific template or data source, we can directly connect with that. Okay. Okay. From here, और just start with the data, like data के basis पे आपको अगर कोई upload करना है Excel blank table यहाँ पे create करना है, so from that as well we can create an application. Generally we don't do such kind of things, okay, but there is a option, okay, or there is a create. From here there is a blank apps. Here we can create a canvas app, model driven app, and power pages, but it will redirect you to a separate website, that is power pages website. But these two will be a part of the power app itself. This is not a part of the power apps. This is a separate website. It will going to redirect you once you click on this thing. Okay, now if I wanted to create a canvas app, just I can create. So from here you have two types of layouts, like tablet layout and phone layout. Okay, like it will be visible. You can build a phone layout like your mobile phone. Okay, and using this tablet it will create a actual website. Provide the name of the test, 14th October, suppose. I will provide the name of the application. Okay, and once you will click, so it will create a application here. Just skip, and now you can see a screen. Screen is nothing but the, here this is the canvas, like Power BI. You have this blank canvas. If you wanted to do anything, if you wanted to build a report, so you can do a changes within this canvas. So same thing, there is a screen here. Screen is nothing but the pages of your application. So this is suppose my first page of my application. Okay, here है, यहाँ तक कोई क्वेश्चन है यहाँ तक?
ये
हम्म,
ये शेयर कैसे करते फिर?
या शेयर करने के लिए यहाँ पे एप्लीकेशन बिल्ड होने के बाद देयर इज अ फंक्शनैलिटी वेयर फ्रॉम हियर वी कैन शेयर, बट द थिंग इज दैट अगर मुझे एप्लीकेशन ओपन करना है, तो जैसे आपका क्वेश्चन है कि लाइक वी हैव अ पावर बीआई सर्विस फॉर शेयरिंग पर्पस, राइट?
यस।
तो यहाँ पे शेयर कैसे करेंगे, राइट? तो यहाँ से हम जब एप्लीकेशन को शेयर करते हैं, सो द थिंग इज दैट दिस एप्लीकेशन इज नथिंग बट द, जो एप्लीकेशन आप बनाओगे इट्स अ वेबसाइट,
या
करेक्ट है? सो आप शेयर जब करोगे, सो सिंपली यूजर को लिंक जाएगी, बट लिंक पे ओपन करने के बाद इट विल ओपन अ वेबसाइट। तो उसके लिए कोई अलग से एप्लीकेशन चाहिए क्या कि वही से एप्लीकेशन को ओपन कर सकता है? नहीं, इट्स अ वेबसाइट। तो एप्लीकेशन वेबसाइट अगर है तो ओपन कैसे करते हैं हम? यूजिंग यूआरएल। अगर उसको यूआरएल भी मिल जाता है लाइक facebook.com, सो हम जब ओपन क्रिएट करेंगे हमारी वेबसाइट, राइट, जब हम हमारा एप्लीकेशन क्रिएट करेंगे तो इट विल जनरेट वन यूआरएल, करेक्ट है? वो एप्लीकेशन को डिप्लॉय करने के बाद इसका कोई तो भी एक यूआरएल होगा, राइट? जैसे फेसबुक का यूआरएल है facebook.com, वैसे हमारे वेबसाइट का भी कोई कुछ तो भी यूआरएल होगा। अगर हम वो यूआरएल उसको प्रोवाइड करते हैं, ओके, एंड एक्सेस ग्रांट करते हैं, सो ही कैन एक्सेस यूजिंग द ब्राउजर। सो उसको कोई पावर ऐप, पावर बीआई सर्विस जैसा कोई एप्लीकेशन नहीं चाहिए, बिकॉज पावर बीआई सर्विस में रिपोर्ट्स होते हैं, वो कोई वेबसाइट नहीं है, राइट? सो उसके लिए कोई तो व्यू करने के लिए वहां पे एक एप्लीकेशन चाहिए, दैट इज पावर बीआई सर्विस, जहां से वो व्यू कर सकता है क्लाइंट। बट पावर एप्स के एप्लीकेशंस को व्यू करने के लिए कोई अलग से वेबसाइट नहीं चाहिए, बिकॉज पावर एप्स इटसेल्फ इज द वेबसाइट बनाता है।
ओके।
ओके, क्लियर है? कोई क्वेश्चन है यहाँ तक? So now this is our application, okay? अब यहाँ पे विद इन दिस एप्लीकेशन, ओके, जैसे पावर बीआई में रिपोर्ट बनाना है, सो यू यूज विजुअलाइजेशंस, करेक्ट? So these are the visualization we can pick and we can build a report. The same thing, if I wanted to create a Power App application, so I need the controls. Okay, what is controls? Control is nothing but like this is a Facebook. तो यहाँ पे आपको इंटरेक्शन पर्पस के लिए क्या चीज है? इस फेसबुक के पेज पे आपको क्या दिख रहा है? ये क्या
रील,
है? इसको क्या कहते हैं हम?
लेबल,
लेबल. दिस इज अ लेबल. फेसबुक, दिस इज अ लेबल, राइट? बट दिस इज अ
टेक्स्ट।
इनपुट बॉक्स,
ओ,
राइट? टेक्स्ट बॉक्स और इनपुट बॉक्स, जहाँ पे हम पुट कर सकते हैं. लेबल में हम राइट नहीं कर सकते. यहाँ पे राइट कर सकते क्या फेसबुक पे? नहीं. बट यहाँ पे हम राइट कर सकते हैं यूजर ने, यहाँ पे पासवर्ड राइट कर सकते हैं, राइट? सो दीज आर नथिंग बट द इनपुट बॉक्सेस. देन ये क्या है?
बटन।
बटन. करेक्ट. सो दीज आर नथिंग बट द कंट्रोल्स. जैसे विजुअलाइजेशंस में पाई चार्ट है, कॉलम चार्ट है, राइट? सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ पावर एप्स के अंदर आते हैं लेबल्स. सो दिस इज अ इनपुट बॉक्स, this is again an input box, this is a button, right? So such kind of things. Okay, this is the label. So here there is a insert, and from here you can find out these are the labels. Sorry, these are the controls. Either from here or there is a thing plus button here, that is again a same thing. So either you can go from here or you can go from here itself. Okay, now again, if you wanted to build an application, obviously that application always will connect with some data source, right? So with Power BI, we have an option to get a data, correct? So the same thing here, there is a data tab. Either you can go here and you can add a data, or just add a data, and from here you can connect to the data source from here. Okay, clear है यहाँ तक? Again, now there is a media tab. Media tab is nothing but the, if you wanted to attach some media to your application, like some video, like some images, you wanted to upload an image into your application, right? That is a background image for your application, something like that. So this is a media tab for that purpose. Again, if we wanted to, as I said already, if you wanted to interact or integrate the Power Automate into the Power Apps, right? So then there is a Power Automate button. So from here we can integrate Power Automate to the Power Apps. Then there is a concept of variables. We will going to check as we move forward. Okay, but yeah, this is a variables जिसमें हम बाद में आने वाले हैं. And for debugging and testing and monitoring things, there is a advanced tools. From here we can monitor our applications. Okay, these are the few things of your or UI of your Power App application. Okay, so this section will provide you the things. Okay, like whatever be the required things for your application, we can pick the things from here and we can build the application into this canvas. Once the application is done, we can save. Okay, then within Power BI, if I have added some visualization here, how I can design that visualization? अगर मुझे डिजाइन करना है, टेक्स्ट चेंज करना है, फॉर्मेट चेंज करना है, तो उसका कैसे कर सकते हैं हम?
फॉर्मेट में जाके सेटिंग.
Which one? This format,
यस.
correct? विजुअलाइजेशन को सिलेक्ट करके। सिमिलर थिंग, इफ अगर मुझे डिजाइनिंग चाहिए फॉर माय कंट्रोल, लाइक आई हैव एडेड दिस बटन, सो मुझे इस बटन का लेंथ विड्थ एडजस्ट करना है, अगर मुझे इसका कलर चेंज करना है, अगर मुझे इसका टेक्स्ट चेंज करना है, मुझे इसके टेक्स्ट का फॉन्ट साइज चेंज करना है, फॉन्ट कलर चेंज करना है, दीज आर नथिंग बट द डिजाइनिंग, राइट? सो अगर मुझे कंट्रोल्स के रिगार्डिंग कुछ भी फॉर्मेटिंग और डिजाइनिंग चाहिए, सो फॉर दैट पर्पस दिस इज द सेक्शन, एंड फ्रॉम हियर we can change or do a designing or formatting of your application. Okay, so this is for the designing or formatting purpose. This section is used for that purpose. Clear है? Any questions, any queries till now?
No.
Okay, yeah. So the we'll stop here today. I don't want to stretch on the first day itself. Okay, but from tomorrow we'll directly move on to the this thing like as a power apps, and we will start a practical thing. So tomorrow we're going to start with our first application. But if you have any queries or any questions, okay, so we can take those up now. Yeah, one thing. Yeah, you have asked me to show the some sample
Yeah,
application, right? Yeah.
thank you.
So this. So one of our student has created this application recently. The my
Mhm.
weekday batch is going on. Okay. So let me check. Okay. So look at this application. So they have designed. So like here, okay, it is not fully developed yet, but yeah, it's in the under process. So like here, you can click on the things and it will change the details. You can look at this. There is a filter functionality, sorting functionalities. Okay, you can check like it is filtering. This is on the things. This is the application, and you can check the application. Like you can fill the details. Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the sample application.
Okay. Now I get.
Okay,
And in this, we can integrate Power BI. You can even put in the
yes,
visualizations.
yeah,
Okay.
right.
Mm.
Within this, these are the different pages, as I said you, right? So these are the different controls. These are the different screens, like pages, right? Okay.
Okay.
So any questions, any
I-
queries?
In this
Yeah,
as well, we cannot edit anything, right? The person who we share this link with for the app
yeah,
will not
right.
be able to change
Yeah,
anything.
yes,
Okay.
right.
Okay. So it is just different than Power BI that we can add some input parameters as well in this. Whereas in Power BI, we can just put in the filters by slicers and so on.
Correct, correct. So here
Okay.
we need to design each and everything
Mhm.
because this is a website thing. Okay,
Yeah.
so the working of the Power BI application and Power Apps is totally different.
Mhm.
Power BI is not meant to change the data source, but Power Apps is meant to change the data source, means to update the data source, right? It is live connection always. कि अगर आपने यहाँ पे कोई रिकॉर्ड ऐड किया तो तुरंत वो डेटा सोर्स में अपडेट होना चाहिए एंड अदर जगह पे रिफ्लेक्ट भी होना चाहिए, बट पावर बीआई का वैसे नहीं है. पावर बीआई इज अ डिफरेंट थिंग, इट्स अ रिपोर्टिंग टूल, बट पावर एप्स इज द वेबसाइट. ओके, सो दोनों के यूजेस अलग अलग है. We can't compare actually Power BI with the Power Apps. Okay. So yeah. Any
Okay.
questions or any queries?
Can we get traditional for practice purpose?
Sorry, practice purpose.
एक credential कब मिलेगी हम
ओके
लोगों
ओके,
को?
क्रेडेंशियल्स मैं आपको कल शेयर करूंगा, बिकॉज कल हम जो है एप्लीकेशन बिल्ड करेंगे. सो आफ्टर एप्लीकेशन बिल्ड्स, सो आई विल ask you to build the application itself. So I will share a credentials tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Once you in the environment, if we want to have a development environment, then we need a premium license for this.
No. We don't need a premium license for environment as well. With that basic, we have this application. Okay. This is in a trial period. And for that as well, we can create our own environment. But there is a limitation. We can create only 3 environments. More than 3, it's not possible. Okay.
So first, we are going to start Power Apps only. Then, after completing Power Apps, we are going to start Power Apps.
Yes. First, the direction or flow will be like, we will start with the Power Apps. Within Power Apps, we will start with the Canvas app. Then we will move to the Dataverse. Then we will move with the Dataverse. We will going to check the model-driven app, and after that we will go on a Power Automate. Okay,
How
but
many
in
apps we are going to build in this class?
so the thing is that to build an application, okay, we will go with the 3-4 applications. Okay, I will share you for same for the practice as well. Okay, because it's not like Power BI report you can easily create. It takes time to build the functionalities, but I will share the requirement for other applications so you can do your own practice as well with those functionalities.
Okay.
Okay.
And one more thing.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm working in a manufacturing company.
Okay.
I create Power BI reports
Okay.
and was looking for this course to, and I was thinking about it and how will I be able to contribute to my organization by using these Power Apps? Because I get that we create reports, we create sorry, websites in this for business needs.
Yeah.
Uh, just an example, how can I just convince my organization to, because this will be sponsored course for me,
Okay.
honestly
Okay.
speaking. So I will
Okay.
have to give them some use cases that this is how it will be used in, and I will benefit
Okay.
this organization in this way.
Okay. So the thing is that your organization must have the some of the applications. So like as the most common use cases of the Power App application is like an HR application, HR management application, leave management application. Okay. So these are the most common use cases. Okay. If sales management application, like POS applications, point of sale applications. Okay. As you are working in um, mechanical industry, so there is a POS applications. Okay. Point of sale applications. So where you can build the application using this Canvas app. And if you wanted to show the reporting thing as well, okay, with those data, whatever be the application, okay, you are building. So if like your management wants daily, they might interact with some of the things daily, they might use the Excel sheet or SharePoint list to store the data, right?
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
you can convey them. So instead of using that boring Excel sheets and that list directly, I can customize the things for you and I can create an application, so it will be very easy. Okay. uh, to do the daily task using these applications to store the data. Okay. And if you wanted to do if you wanted to check or analyze the data, okay, so I can create a report and I can provide that the same report into the Power App itself. So you don't go to you will not require to go into the Power BI service and then look into the report. You can directly go to the my Power Apps. Okay. And from there itself you can interact with the data as well. and you can go with the reporting as well.
Okay.
So you can give them some POC on the day, whatever with the data they are interacting on a daily basis. Okay, so you can create a POC on that daily data, and you can provide a way, and you can make their life easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, no. Yeah. Okay, thank you guys. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
joining. Yeah, thank you.